All right, amino acid catabolism, amino acid synthesis. Now, we know that all amino acids can be metabolized into energy. Now, that they can all, how they metabolize into energy? Just move them into. All right, so how are amino acids made? So can your body make amino acids? And they can, but there's a twist. Now, remember from that previous slide, all 20 amino acids, it can be enter various parts of the citric acid cycle. But amino acid synthesis, we see that all 20 can go in, but can we get them out? Yes, we can get some amino acids out. So we have amino acids coming out of the citric acid cycle, and phenylalanine and tyrosine, this is not involving the citric acid cycle, but this list, that's it. Again, compare the previous slide. All the amino acids here, does it, at a glance, does it look like we have all 20 amino acids here? We don't. So this is the thing. You can put all 20 in, and citric acid cycle chemicals can be converted into amino acids, but humans, we cannot synthesize all 20. So we can put all 20 into the citric acid cycle, but we can't get all 20 out. So that's the twist there. So this is why we have these things called non-essential amino acids and essential amino acids. Non-essential, essential, again, just like our essential workers, these are the ones we need. Non-essential are the ones that are nice to have, but we don't necessarily need. So non-essential amino acids, these are the 10 amino acids we can produce. And tyrosine, I put a little asterisk there because your book says this is non-essential, but the funny thing is that tyrosine is considered by your book as a non-essential amino acid, but the funny thing is that phenylalanine, which it's derived from, is an essential amino acid. So if you don't have phenylalanine, you don't have tyrosine. So I'm like, and this is the other tricky thing about non-essential amino acids and essential amino acids. Just Google it, try to image search, and I swear you'll come up with lists that sometimes have 12, some that only have 10, some that have 9 or 8. So this is why I kind of have to defer to your book, even though I disagree with it, just as a central reference for essential and non-essential amino acids. But I think the big picture is what's the definition of a non-essential and essential amino acid. Now, essential amino acids, so again, this is the little disclaimer. This is according to your book. So essential amino acids, these are the ones we cannot produce. So where do we get them from? We have to eat it. So these are the ones that must come from our diet because we can't synthesize them. We can't pull them out from our citric acid cycle. And this is where your book gets a little even more gray. So this is, they consider it semi-essential. Why? Because these your body can produce, but it has a hard time producing. So therefore, the more efficient way is to come from your diet. I know it's like confusing. That's why I don't want you really to memorize this as so much as know the definition of essential amino acids. Now, another related term to essential amino acids, again, amino acids build up to form proteins. So when you have a complete protein, these are proteins with significant amounts of all 10 essential amino acids, or just all essential amino acids. So these are the ones that can supply you with enough essential amino acids so you can produce all the proteins in your body. Now, complete proteins, what are examples of complete proteins? Well, things like meat. Again, this meat is protein, so you can get complete protein from meat. Or if you don't eat red meat, eggs also are complete proteins, or even whey. If you're a vegetarian, you can go up for that. But what if you're vegan? Well, quinoa. Quinoa is a complete protein, or even things like buckwheat. So there are complete proteins depending on your dietary restrictions and style. So complete proteins, just remember that the definition of complete protein is that they contain all the essential amino acids. Again, different textbooks, different sources, they disagree about what's a essential amino acid, but know the definition. Essential amino acids are the ones you can't pull or synthesize from your citric acid cycle or reactions in your body. So again, these are essential amino acids, and if you do have to memorize lists, if you're memorizing your Martini list, then that's our textbook author. So I came up with Mnemonic. So all the essential amino acids in your book. So here's a mnemonic. Isaac loves licking toads. That makes people vomit and heave. And I put and heave because these are the semi-essential amino acids according to your book. But these 8 tend to be pretty consistent between sources. So you can, if you want to memorize at least the canonical 8, then you can just choose this part of the mnemonic. All right.